it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, Arizona Cardinals, led by their new quarterback Sam Bradford, do battle with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, we're off to Arrowhead for the call from Kansas City. We'll hand it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. A minute ago, Arrowhead was rocking. The offense led out by All-Pro tight end Travis Kelce as the Chiefs get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. On the return, here's Kerwin Williams. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Mahomes now on first down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So the same tandem connecting on back-to-back throws to start the game.
And maybe throwing the scouting report off just a little bit. That's not exactly what they think is going to be their number 1 receiver, but he's producing already early in this game.
They go play action here on first down. He's got it to West on the dump off. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here we go now. Green, 90. Green.
Now it's Mahomes again. It's Kelce on the ground. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. On the ground, this is Ware. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Conley, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Bradford going to lead the Cardinals up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Well, nobody leaked. Big play. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, Bradford. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it indeed. Here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Here we go, 5-5.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. Oh, what a move. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's David Johnson who provides the capper as he scores on the touchdown run. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here comes Kansas City. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Ware takes the give from Mahomes. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. It didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 23 yards on the play. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On target over the middle to Hill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A minute 59 to go in the first half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. He's got Watkins on the out route. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first. And again, it's Mahomes. That is caught by Williams for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Butker on for the PAT. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Butker now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, nice move. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Bradford. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have back on their heels.
Here's Johnson. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Now Bradford. Fitzgerald's got it right side. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half.
Here we go. Monday. Ready.
On play action, Bradford. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Dwayne Allen in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. So they just do get the touchdown in before halftime, and now a PAT will tie it.
So what we're seeing is one team is going to be really excited right now. How about the other side, though? Will they be deflated, or will they go ahead and gather themselves, regroup at halftime, and come back out, because we had an even half?
Yeah, we did. We'll see. Should be a good 2nd half, that's for sure. Dawson tacks on the point after, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
The drive begins with a handoff to West. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin with a matchup we don't see too often. New Orleans on the road in Cincinnati. And it's the Saints who are out in front as that inches closer to halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for the venerable one, Drew Brees. From there, we'll head to Green Bay. Check out the Packers at home, Lambeau, and right now they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Aaron Rodgers carving them up with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now Johnson dances by him. And now running right through it. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now a second down throw for Bradford. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They go to Johnson again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
First time they've looked his way in this game, he comes through picking up the first.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. A first down throw for Bradford. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. A 2nd down throw for Bradford. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Dawson's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Williams to return. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down.
Ready! Green 39! Green 39!
Now West. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Caught Kelsey, left side. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Ready! Green 90! Green 90!
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And able to find Conley. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gain of 39 on third.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Here we go now. Blue 45.
Here's a carry for the former Dolphin. It's Damian Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more on that one and another first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Being chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal.
Here we go now. Green.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on third and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, Something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Butker able to put this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Bradford going to lead the Cardinals up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They begin the drive with Johnson. Pushing his way inside the 40. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Right back to him on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Second down, Bradford. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Play action now. Bradford out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first. But at least it's 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Mahomes to throw. Caught here by Conley. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. Back to throw. Mahomes. Dancing to, and he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Foul. Face mask. Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Ready. Green 90. Green 90.
To throw is Mahomes. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guy's going downfield to catch the ball. They've got to elevate their game and come down with these.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Robert Kimdichie able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Now Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. I get and appreciate that they wanted to go for the win, not play for overtime, but that's the cost right there.
Not so sure their fans feel the same way as you when they just watch that ball get picked and taken the other way, and now they're down 6. Looks like it's going to be a loss for them. An absolute catastrophe when they tried to be aggressive.
Butker now to add the extra point. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. Able to slither by. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Sliding out of the pocket. And Nelson's got it here right side. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards that time for number 14. Now they burn the timeout. And they're kind of in that gray area where they might be able to get 2 plays in, but maybe just 1 play left in this ball game. We'll see. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Kansas City, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they